Well, yesterday I decided to go digging around in my closet and finding this wonderful President's Lincoln 2 Plus amateur radio that I bought back during the first pandemic when I was stuck at home, laid off of work. They didn't even want us to go anywhere. We weren't even supposed to leave our houses there in the beginning. It was pretty crazy. So I went ahead and bought this radio with the thoughts of mounting it in my pickup truck and using it. I used to dabble around with CB radios years and years ago, base stations and mobiles. So I decided to go ahead and kind of dig back into that and see if it was as much fun as it used to be. And now I've got it set up here in my house. Even though it is a mobile radio, it's made for a vehicle, a car or truck, you can still run this thing inside your house if you have a power supply to run it. This is a 12-volt pyramid power supply I have, which runs it just fine. So I've got it set up and running. I currently have it connected up to two 6-foot pieces of coax, and that coax is connected to a 4-foot trucker antenna that I had mounted on the truck for a while. I've got two antennas. One's a 102-inch stainless steel wire whip with a spring that I also experimented with the truck, and the 4-foot trucker antenna is what I would use mostly on it when I fooled around with it. So right now I've got that trucker antenna just kind of sitting in the window, about 10 feet away from the radio, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out what it is hearing out there. And so far today it's not hearing anything. So I currently have this President's Lincoln 2 Plus on scan. I have it on the 11 meter band, which is the band that has been used mostly for Citizens Band, going all the way back to even before I was born. I think they had Citizens Band radios. My dad had one, and that's how I initially kind of got interested in them. And I've had a lot of Citizens Band radios since then over the years. So the purpose of getting this thing out of the box today was just to hook it up and just see what I can hear out there. As summer gets here, the skip conditions start to really improve. Skip is when you can hear signals that come from thousands of miles away or even on the other side of the planet because of the ionosphere and the solar flares and all that stuff make it possible that radio signals will travel great distances. So I was hoping to hear some of that today. I listened to this all day yesterday on. So I've got this thing on, I've had it on all day listening to it. Let's turn our squelch up because that's kind of loud. So I've had it on all day just kind of listening to it. I haven't really heard anything. But what I was listening to was channel 6 on the CB, which is supposed to be 270250. But for some reason, my frequency has gotten off a little bit. But if we go down to 05, channel 5, there we have 270250. And that's the Super Bowl of CBers, the guys that do this, that shoot skip back east. They've been doing that for as long as I've been around anyway. They got great big powerful radios and they just shoot skip all over the place. So that's what I was hoping to hear today, and it really puzzles me why 270250 is now on channel 5 instead of 6. So maybe it'll straighten back up. I've kind of been fooling around with this thing today, so I might have knocked it off of frequency slightly. But we need 270250 is what we need for the Watergate, or the Super Bowl as it is known. And you can Google that, look it up if you're interested. So I haven't heard anything yet today, but yesterday I actually went to sleep and then I got up and had some RLS, so I was up walking around and I had the radio on.
Hello, bad habit, Foggy 6 Foxtrot
There we go. We got somebody there already on coming through on 27025. So anyway, I got up and I started listening to it, and the skip was booming in like crazy on Channel 6 and now Channel 5 last night. So I recorded a little bit of it. I'll let you hear it right here, and you can hear how clearly this guy is coming in from eastern Florida, clear across the United States.
I'm like 45 miles north from West Palm Beach on the east side on the East Coast in Florida. That's where I'm located at. It sounds good. I don't know what you did. You weren't too terribly loud, but man, the second time you went 20 dBs over. And the microphone, Mr. Crack Corey, and I just got it right back. I ain't telling you nobody outside of Arizona there on the city limit there. I'm outside the city limit in Florida too. I'm 45 miles north of West Palm Beach there, DX. Gotta go.
I was really surprised at how loud I was picking that up yesterday, because the 4-foot trucker antenna is simply sitting in the window. There is really nothing correct about the way that it's set up. It's just connected to 12 feet of coax, and it's sitting inside my house in the window of all things. It should be outside, up on the roof, high above the house, in order to pick up very well. So I was shocked at how well it did. So hopefully we're going to hear something a little bit later on today. This radio will not...
Hello, Dirty Harry Mongoose. Hey, Dirty Harry Mongoose pickup truck, Southern Oregon, jump in.
Yep, we got somebody out there somewhere. So I do not have the microphone. Let's turn that down. He's going to come back. I don't even have the microphone connected. The radio will work without the microphone. It almost falls onto the floor here. But, doggone it. Anyway, don't need the microphone for listening. I do not want to be keying this thing up, because the way it's set up right now, it could easily damage the radio, because I don't have enough coax. The antenna's not grounded. It's just sitting in the window. It's far from correct by any means, but it is working on the receive pretty well. And we can see somebody is...
Mother Nature's kind of creating. Have a good one. 918. Mongoose heading towards Reno, Nevada, up here in Southern Oregon. We'll see you.
Not too far from me. Yeah, the looks like conditions are kind of starting to happen, but I just can't hear them from where I'm at. So I'll just kind of keep on monitoring today, and if I pick anything up interesting later on today, you see it right here.